Hi Tribe, welcome to the episode. Thanks for joining me again on our happiness journey. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button below so you don't miss any more of these environmental tips and happiness videos. So this week we're going to be talking about something dirty and gross. I do have my work clothes on now, but I think I'm just going to keep it on and show you how easy it is to compost. So I know that we've kind of touched on this before in other episodes, but I wanted to do an in-depth how to compost this week. So I kind of want to walk you through what my family does to compost, and it's our little way of helping our environmental footprint here on our lovely Mama Gaia, our Mother Earth. And so I wanted to talk you through our multi-step process, and then give you some ideas about how to make it more streamlined for your home. I'd love to hear your successes and failures with composting. Comment below and tell me those. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so I have two composts going right now. The one with the pink lid there on the right is my raw compost. So that's anything like fruits or veggies that haven't been cooked. Don't put any meat or bones or fish or any fatty things in there. But it's basically like orange peels and anything that you don't cook during your dinner or your breakfast, and I throw it in there. And because my sweet potatoes won't fit in there, I'm just gonna stick them there, and then I'll show you where I put my compost when I take it out. Okay, so that was my first compost for raw stuff, and then my second compost is underneath here, underneath the sink. And so under the sink I have my two recycles, because our city we have to sort it from paper and plastics, and my normal garbage, which is tiny. This is our garbage for a week for a family of 3, and then my compost is here. So this is anything that's left over from dinner that's been cooked that we're not going to eat the leftovers the next day. Anything that's gone bad in the refrigerator goes in there. Okay, so let's focus on this one first. So it got full and this doesn't fit. Sorry, sweet potatoes, you got quite old. You were in the refrigerator way too long. So then I take it outside to my beautiful yard, and we have a compost bin. So you can get these at a hardware store. They're not expensive, but you have to make sure that you have the right amount of food waste and then dry waste, so like leaves, hay, anything like that. It's a great time right now because it's fall, so you'll find a lot of that. Okay, so this is our compost bin. Has the latch on the bottom. That's where the good soil is going to come out at the end. But this is our compost. So there's an open little arrow, and you have to line that up with this arrow, and that opens it. So let's move this there. Look at that glorious heap. So that's me not squishing it around. So you can tell that we have equal amounts of brown leaves and grass clippings and that sort of thing, and then raw food. So again, you don't want to put anything in here that'll attract vermin, like bones or fatty things. We're vegan, so we don't eat that sort of thing anyways, but you want to try to stick to natural foods in here. And then you need to give this a good mix in. So let me throw in our sweet potatoes, and then I'll show you how we mix it. Okay, so those sweet potatoes can just go right in there. And then you just dump out your food. I will be honest, there was a little bit of noodles in there. So that's as much as you want as like a cooked or processed food. And then this is empty, and then I wash this out and then just keep this for the next time. I empty this probably every 3 days when it gets full. And then you want to take your mixer and mix the green, the green and the brown. So the food and the leaves. Okay, pop that sucker right back on and make sure you lock it, because critters can get in there. So we don't want raccoons or anything getting in this. Eventually, like I said, this is the trap, and this is where all the good dirt will come out. Right now you still see leaves because we've just started this backyard compost one, but eventually that's where we'll get our rich black dirt from, and then you use this black dirt for your gardens in the spring when you plant your gardens in the spring, and it'll turn into this nice rich dirt like this. This is actually compost that we bought from a farm. So now that we took out that one, let's take out this one. This one's not very full, but I want to show you the process anyways. It comes with a little bucket in there. So we're going to take the bucket out. And we're going to take this little bucket to the recycle. Not recycle, compost. So our city, Vancouver, picks up our other compost. So it was actually pickup day. So we're gonna go and we're going to put this in the compost and bring the compost bin back in. So Vancouver makes it super easy for us as a family to compost. They give us this giant bin. It's almost as big as typical garbage bins here in Canada or the United States. And if you didn't want to go the double compost, figuring out, sorting out thing, you could literally just have one in your back or the city one and just dump it all in there. At least that way you're reducing dramatically your garbage intake for the week. So you could go down to a tiny little garbage bin like I showed you. With everything that's been happening in the US elections and with that movie that came out with Leonardo DiCaprio, sometimes it's nice for us to have one way that we can help the environment, one way that we can make a difference. And composting for us really feels like that. So while we want to compost because we want the soil in the end, if it's easier to just go to the store, get a separate trash bin with a lid, and start composting yourself, that's an easy way to help out. And so I hope that you liked this little lesson, little how-to on composting. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, hit the subscribe button below so you don't miss any of these environmental tips. Is that what it's called? It's a tip. All right, tribe, hopefully you're having a good week. Bye! P.S. This is where we're hoping to put the end compost. So we've already built one planter, raised garden bed. We have some things growing over there, but we're gonna, in this open space where all these fall leaves are, we're eventually gonna build another one so we can grow our spring garden there and we can use our own soil next spring.